You're fired unless you beg for forgiveness from my sister. My wife, the CFO, snarled in front of the entire boardroom. Snickers echoed off the walls. My cheeks flushed, but I simply replied, "Fine." The following day she smirked. "About time you knew your role." Then she spotted my office, cleared out, my access card vanished, and security rushing in, faces pale. "Madam, what on earth have you unleashed?" I can still pinpoint the precise instant I faded into the shadows of my own firm. It happened during the annual Health AI Summit 4 months prior to the collapse. Rebecca was center stage under glaring spotlights, pitching our groundbreaking diagnostic algorithm to a full house. She waved her arms theatrically, her tone polished and assured. The crowd lapped it up. Venture capitalists edged closer. Reporters jotted furiously. As for me, I lingered in the wings, peeking through a slit in the drapes, clutching the emergency data backup on an encrypted drive should her system crash. Always prepared. Eternally on standby. Before we dive deeper, a quick shout-out. Thank you for tuning in. If you think dedication merits acclaim, hit that subscribe button. It's gratis and aids in connecting with more folks who crave these tales. Now, onward to the unfolding drama. When the host inquired who engineered the core neural network, she flashed her winning grin and stated, "Our exceptional research squad. True trailblazers." Not a whisper of my name. I'm Emily Harper, 36, lead data scientist, principal engineer, co-founder, though the corporate site would never reveal it. For 8 years, I'd been the unseen pillar of Harper Health Innovations. The mind crafting the essence while others basked in the glow. 8 years back, this enterprise was mere fantasy. Just Rebecca's vague notion and my algorithms. We launched it from our snug studio in Chicago, the sort where sirens wailed non-stop and the heater groaned like a weary ghost. Rebecca possessed the allure, the MBA connections, the knack for entering spaces and convincing skeptics of unrealized potentials. I held the analytical prowess, the skill to manifest those visions. Sleepless evenings, we'd huddle at our rickety dining nook, screens illuminating, pizza boxes accumulating. She'd brainstorm concepts, code models. She'd woo funders. I'd refine the tech. Seemed equitable. Felt like romance. Upon formalizing, Rebecca ascended to CFO. I became CSO, Chief Scientific Officer. She claimed the executive suite with panoramic vistas. I settled near the lab servers, where the AC buzzed incessantly and triggered migraines. Yet it was okay. I convinced myself we were forging jointly. Spouses in venture and vows. That bond was meant to signify. Briefly it did. But amid venture rounds and onboarding our 60th staffer, a shift occurred. Rebecca ceased labeling me co-founder. At funding galas, I morphed into our top analyst. At industry forums, a mere team member. Backers would clasp Rebecca's palm, laud her foresight, and gloss over me like decor. I rationalized it didn't count. I was oversensitive, industry norms dictated this. Women in STEM adapt to oversight. We ingest it, grin courteously, persist innovating. I recognize now I was systematically effaced, one accolade at a time. 5 months ago, Sophia Reed stormed back into our orbit like a tempest in luxury boots. Rebecca's sibling, the kin whose mention once made Rebecca's fists ball. Their family feud had been vicious. Bitter disputes, nasty inheritance battles over their late parents' estate, attorneys raking in fees like lottery wins. I'd supported Rebecca through the ordeal. I'd absorbed her rants. I'd bolstered her doubts. I'd been the steadfast spouse, the pillar. Thus, when the directors revealed Sophia's appointment as Chief Strategy Officer, it struck like a gut punch. Not my decision, Rebecca claimed that night over supper, avoiding my gaze. The backers demanded it. Her clout in health tech is priceless. She has networks we require. What she omitted, what I gleaned later from our CEO after excess cocktails at a firm mixer, was Sophia's blackmail. Scandalous info on 3 directors from her advisory gigs. Nothing criminal, merely mortifying enough to compel assent. She'd maneuvered flawlessly, and the panel yielded. Sophia's debut team huddle was a lesson in covert supremacy. She strode in donning a sapphire suit likely pricier than my rent. Her auburn locks pinned elegantly, exuding seamless poise. She beamed warmly at all. Then her sight fixed on me. "You must be Rebecca's partner," she uttered, offering a flawlessly polished hand. "Not Emily, not the CSO. Rebecca's partner." I clasped it, sensing the calculated snub in her firm, fleeting squeeze. Professional yet dismissive. In ensuing weeks, Sophia asserted dominance. She crashed sessions irrelevant to her. She cut off my data breakdowns with jargon-laden ideas that dazzled but lacked substance. She'd beam at Rebecca post-contradiction, and Rebecca would ponder sagely as if she'd unveiled gravity. Worse, she peddled notions I knew, prototypes I'd outlined in memos, methods I'd floated in briefings. She'd rebrand them slickly and claim as her breakthroughs. And Rebecca? She stayed mute, averting eyes each undermining. As if denial could negate reality. Began noting more. How Rebecca's aide booked Sophia confabs excluding me, even on datasets I'd curated. How Rebecca returned later nightly, citing strategy sessions or pitch preps. How she eyed her device obsessively during meals, chuckling at unseen texts. 4 months ago it peaked. Sophia unveiled her transformative diagnostic overhaul. A glossy, buzz-filled pitch that wowed in slides but spelled doom practically. The panel adored it, Rebecca advocated, and despite my dire alerts on algorithmic flaws, they approved rollout. 3 weeks on, we teetered on a privacy leak exposing patient data for 4 major hospitals. Alerts blared at 3 a.m. I fielded the crisis call. Not Rebecca, not Sophia, me. 4-7 grueling weeks. I camped at HQ 20-hour shifts routine. I reconstructed Sophia's mess bit by bit, patching weaknesses while upholding ops. I skipped anniversaries, forgoed rest, subsisted on stale vending snacks and bone-deep fatigue. Meanwhile, Rebecca hobnobbed at summits with Sophia. I spied the snaps on firm socials. Them grinning at award ceremonies, posing with health moguls, embodying ideal execs. Captions extolled their foresight. My mention. 0. Upon resolution, averting a multimillion fiasco, I awaited kudos. Gratitude. Perhaps equity bump for salvaging. Instead void. Rebecca arrived late one eve, reeking of Sophia's citrus cologne, that upscale aroma I'd linked to anxiety and ire. She grumbled about a stakeholder dinner and conked out sans inquiring my state, ignoring my sunken eyes or quivering fingers from overdrive. Then I pondered if I remained an ally in union and enterprise or mere utility. That Wednesday dawned ordinary. Rebecca pecked farewell glued to her screen. "Key session today," she mumbled, door half shut. I figured merger talks we'd prepped. I attired meticulously, charcoal suit, ivory top, power pumps evoking assurance. I entered the boardroom anticipating fiscal reviews, perhaps roadmaps. Instead, Rebecca at the lectern, Sophia adjacent like an accomplice. The vibe soured instantly. Antagonistic. My aide, Jordan, met my eyes briefly, then darted away. Too swift. Signaling calamity. Rebecca's words sliced the air like a scalpel. Prior to Q4 metrics, a staffing issue demands attention. She stared straight at me. Dozens of gazes pivoted. My gut plummeted, that nauseating drop sans landing. Unbeknownst, this pivoted everything. The juncture I'd cease obscurity, halt their obliteration. But initially, I'd let them believe triumph. Rebecca's timbre resonated with honed command, each syllable a verdict. Reports indicate misconduct fostering toxicity in our analytics unit. She halted dramatically. The chamber inhaled collectively. Emily, you're barred from duties till you tender a written apology to Sophia. Quiet fractured into murmurs. Necks craned like jurors. A chair grated. Folder snapped shut. The HR rep audibly inhaled. My skin scorched, not embarrassment, seething wrath so intense it pulsed. I hadn't berated Sophia. No outbursts or tantrums. 4 days prior in an investor demo, she'd asserted authorship of the predictive modeling suite. My suite, labored over 10 months, logged meticulously. She'd grinned at backers, declaring, "This pioneering method is my brainchild." I'd held till post-session tone even noted, "It's derived from my 2020 baseline. Logs are dated." Rebecca had witnessed, seen Sophia falter, heard her stammer, yet instead of support, she'd scowled at me like treason, as if truth trumped theft. Now, penalizing publicly before the elite. Sophia lounged up front, scrutinizing her glossed nails indifferently. Yet I spied the smirk's edge. Relishing, likely her plot. I yearned to erupt, rise and expose Sophia's deeds, Rebecca's complicity, my erasure amid propping the firm with data and grit. Demand they verify timestamps, audit trails, proof of my creations. But corporate games have codes. Passion deems unstable. Fury unprofessional. Instant retort casts you antagonist, not wronged. Composure triumphs. Narrative mastery endures. So I did the unforeseen. I nodded subtly. The nod sans warmth. Faint. One syllable. Crisp. Conclusive. Murmurs halted. Rebecca's poise wavered. Momentarily, bewilderment flashed, then vexation. She'd craved defiance. Orchestrated for contention to validate degradation. I offered acquiescence, the unsatisfying sort. Sophia's grin waned. She eyed Rebecca, then me, lids narrowing. Anticipated drama, leverage for ammo. I yielded nil. I rose leisurely, collected my notebook. Limbs steady. Breath regulated. Appeared accepting mandate, not spousal betrayal before masses. Then strode to exit. Pumps echoed on polished wood. Cadence deliberate like a timer to unseen reckoning. Behind, whispers reignited, subdued, perplexed. Did she concede? No pushback. Perhaps guilty. I caught Sophia's chuckle, airy and victorious. It grated, but no glance back. Denied her glee. Doors sealed with a hush. Muting din corridor loomed vacant. Clinical under beaming fixtures humming like caged bees. Emily. Jordan's call reverberated. My aide, 28, keen and devoted, hustled up, lanyard swaying. Emily, hold up, what transpired? Maintain pace. Reckoning, I stated tonelessly. That's not, Emily, madness. You're innocent. All know Sophia. Not now, I interjected softly yet firmly. Jordan quieted, matching stride through cubicles. Analysts I'd trained averted screens. Newbies feigned absorption in calls. The guy who'd sought promo advice last month fixated on his mouse. Dread. They feared taint by association. Past the lounge where popcorn scorched. Sign of anarchy. Interns by water cooler gawked, chat stalling. Elevator lagged. Jordan fidgeted, twisting her badge, yearning speech sans words. Doors parted, she clutched my sleeve. Emily, don't depart. Contest this. I regarded her truly. Youthful faith in equity lingered. I'm barred, I murmured. Nil to contest presently. But Jordan, I eased tone. Believe me, unfinished. Doors shut, her fretful visage vanishing as descent commenced. Bypassed home. Auto-navigated urban snarl to a modest strip mall 20 minutes from Harper Health. Generic spot for dentists, accountants, niche consults. Second level, unit 207. Door bland beige with etched pane. Marked HI. Harper Analytics LLC. Rebecca ignorant of this. Least 2 years prior, filed discreetly, claimed side hustle lab. She'd hummed distractedly, resuming texts, never probing pursuits. Here safeguarded essentials. Mirrored datasets of all Harper innovations, contracts, correspondences, logs. 8 years testament I'd forged the backbone valuing the firm at $250 million. I settled at workstation, fired secure node. Retrieved founding charter Rebecca endorsed 8 years back. Folks skim legalese, trust counsel, Inc. as directed. Rebecca typical. Her attorney. MBA pal adequate yet lax. I'd been precise. Article 14, Paragraph E, IP rollback provision. Arid verbiage mid-page 9. Declared if terminated or barred sans evidence justification and mediation. All self-developed IP reverted instantly. Firm held interim permit. Must renegotiate 45 days. I demanded it. Told Rebecca standard shield for scientific founders amid acquisitions or upheavals. She'd shrugged, embraced, quipped. Whatever secures you, love. United. Check schedule. Wednesday. Rebecca till midnight for justified bar via channels. Couldn't, sans basis. Just Sophia's bruised pride and her spinelessness. At midnight, protocols auto-engaged. Next 3 hours systematic labor. Every core model I devised. Diagnostics, predictions, integrations. Routed via my auth hubs. No deletions. No corruptions. Merely shifted licensing. Systems now referenced Harper Analytics LLC for validation. At 5 p.m., timed lockout for 12:01 a.m. Secured site, drove residents, prepped meal. Rebecca home by 8:30. Collar undone, blazer draped. Weary yet smug like post-unpleasant duty unwind. Tough one. I queried, flipping salad. She brushed my temple absent-mindedly, device out. Authority drains, yet essential. Tough choices mandated. Indeed, I concurred breezily. Responsibility vital. Missed my undertone. Overlooked my scrutiny. Ignored my concealed grin amid greens. Dined mostly mute. Rebecca browsed feeds mid-bites. I nursed tea, musing on date stamps, auth chains, codes, elegant ruthlessness. She dozed swiftly, limb-shielding eyes, gentle snores. I lay vigilant, ceiling gazing, clock marching to midnight. 11:39. 11:48. 11:57. At 12:01 a.m., downtown servers hummed to life. Tokens lapsed. Queries denied. Platforms courteously flagged invalid licenses. For weeks first, I slumbered deeply. Not vengeance's thrill. Readiness solace. Awoke 5:32 a.m. To device buzzing frantic. Rebecca slumbered adjacent, serene, clueless. Glanced. 18 missed, 29 texts. Climbing. FSO alert. Critical outage. Respond ASAP. Ops lead. All nodes sealed. Crisis. Rebecca's PA. Urgent total blackout. Muted inverted device. Rose kitchen-bound brewed proper tea. Not her instant slop. Steeped leaves methodically. Inhaling herbal depth. Press needed 5 minutes. Counted. Observing dawn hue from indigo to ash. At 12:01 a.m., as Rebecca rested, Harper Health dimmed. Not failed, not tainted, secured. Badges inert. Tokens void. Client dashboards. License void. Contact Harper Analytics LLC. Pictured night ops frenzy. Escalations, reboots, checks. Missing route. Umpire on my base. Now base demanded dues. Device vibrated anew. Ignored, poured tea, milk to ideal haze. First taste divine, warm, robust, faint bite. Window viewed awakening city. Couriers zipping. Commuters rushing. Jogger dodging puddles. Ordinary dawns. None aware 12 blocks distant, quarter-billion entity choked. By 6:45 a.m., 51 calls. 0 replies. Rebecca shuffled in at 7:20, disheveled, in faded alma mater tea. Blinked puzzled. Pearly. Restless I replied, truthish. Satisfaction capped sleep. Snatched device, shifted sleepy to vigilant. Good Lord, what thumb flew. 44 missed. I savored tea silent. Dialed. Status. Listen. Visage morphed confusion, annoyance, dread. Mean locked. Everything. Was. Eyes met mine kitchen cross. Held steadily, cup to lips. Licensing glitch. Tone edged. Absurd we possess halted. Dawn breaking. En route 15 minutes. Rally legal. Hung stared. Aware. Of. Innocently. Systems. Total shutdown. License error but ownership, stopped puzzle assembling. Emily what executed. Set cup delicately. Nil Rebecca. Designs as intended. Seeking auth. What? Call Harold I suggested. The counsel. Legal query. Jaw tightened. Emily if tampered. No tamper interrupted evenly. Review charter. Article 14, E signed 8 years. Stared alien-tongued. Turned bedroom ward dialing. Finished tea in tranquil kitchen rinsed, dressed. Charcoal suit, ivory top, yesterday's disgrace garb. Today's shield. At 7:40 Rebecca rang personal. Traffic bound radio humming market news. Voicemail. Redial. Decline. Third decline. Fourth answered speaker. Emily strained control. Hell unfolding. Platforms dead, licenses expired. Mud. No games. Com crackled. Restore immediately. Gladly but barred recall. Till Sophia apology for misconduct. Silence absolute, thought dropped. Then soft. Not amusing. Concur I said. Grave, client's access, staff entry, merger loom. Very grave. Emily legal I proceeded calmly. Harold elucidates superior. Good day. Hung pre-response. Grip firm, pulse even. This empowerment like surfacing post-submersion. Arrived Harper Health 8:15 a.m. Lobby pandemonium. Turnstiles dead, lights mocking. Employees clustered elevators. Partial function. Receptionist, typically composed, verged tears manual logging, script wobbling. Emily Harper meeting legal. Waved frantic. Proceed. Stairs, elevators erratic. Echoed pumps ascending exec level. Worse. Rebecca's PA juggled calls, bun unraveling. Relief at sight. Thank heavens she's office. Dire. Assuredly, calmly. No knock entered. Rebecca desk-bound, rumpled attire, no accessories. Flanked. Ops lead pale, 2 data admins typing manic, Harold Voss, attorney, binder clutched, wishing elsewhere. All aged overnight. Ops bags suggested all-nighter. Admin trembled keying. Rebecca spied, emotions flashed. Puzzle, fury, hope, novel, terror. What here? Bart. Bag down chairside, voice steady. Vendor capacity. Harold summoned. Heads to Harold. He advanced, binder like bomb. Rebecca major issue. Huge. No systems out. Need Emily. IP rollback from charter activated, Harold cut. Hone taut. Midnight trigger. Rebecca blinked. What rollback? Smiled faintly. Article 14, E, signed incorporation. Harold extracted doc tabbed marked. As 12:01 a.m., Emily owns self-developed IP. All algorithms, models, integrations. Sans her nod ops halt. Rebecca blanched fainting near. Impossible whispered. Notarized Harold. Timestamp. 3 councils at dawn confirm airtight. Choke noise. Emily owns infrastructure. Precisely IP, Harold amended. License lapsed on unjust bar sans mediation. Rebecca reddened. Planned extortion. Chli calmly nil done. You triggered suspending publicly sans cause. Doc process per charter. Harold affirmed. Correct. Suspension auto-activated. Rebecca's hands quaked. Genuinely. Grasp damage. Merger fortnight. Client's demand. Have no precisely interrupted. Query your action. Silence profound. Even admins paused. Rebecca scanned desperate. Ops evading, Harold pitying, admins shoegazing. No bailout. Shoulders drooped. Want. Advanced table, seated businesslike. Terms negotiation. Rebecca surged, palm slamming table, devices jumping. Restore now. Unflinching, unblinking, strangers calm. Happy assist. Rate $20,000 daily, board seat, reinstatement back pay, public credit acknowledgement. Quiet deafening, vents humming. Insane Rebecca breathed. Valuable corrected. Difference. Ps cleared throat. Madam respect, noon unresolved merger tanks. $50 million plus penalties. Exposure no exposure. Nap. But saw realization ink spread. Trapped utterly. Back to me, jaw-grinding audible. Fine, whatever. Systems first. Phone out notes app. Not yet. Sophia resignation 2. Immediate security escort hour. Is bulged. No way. Then rebuild analytics ground up. 3-4 years, assuming talent reverse sans docs. Merger luck. Rebecca gaped fish-like. Admin young, knuckle cracker, soft. Correct, madam. Sans source 0 start. Integrations, protocols, every. Get it. Garp. Harold whispered, ear close, inaudible, but face despair shifted. Slumped chair, aged beyond 44. What truly want, Emily? Hands folded. Built ownership. Not license fees, ownership. Company. Analytics division. Keep CFO. Sweet Vista. Gala schmooze. But I own models. 45% equity. Report board direct. Not you, none else board. Silence total. Up stunned, mouth agape. Admin's gawking. Harold typing furious. Rebecca stared, stranger wife. Planned, whispered. Prepared, corrected. Difference. You birth scenario. I shielded. Pre-response, Harold's device buzzed. Frown, doorward. Moment. Opened, hallway murmur. Returned with aid, Elena, flushed, fretful. Ma'am, interrupt, sorry, urgent. Harold gestured, proceed. Sophia filed patent last month. Hit desk amid crisis. Tablet to Harold. Claims invented predictive diagnostics. Room froze. Then I chuckled, genuine echoing. Did what? Elena angled tablet. Clear. Filing week prior USPO. Applicant. Sophia Reed. Title. Innovative AI-driven health prediction with adaptive learning. My work. 8 years, her name. Rebecca grayed ashen. Sophia wouldn't. Couldn't. Would, Harold snapped, scanning. Did, fraud, IP theft. Past, pheromone zilch. Sophia everything. Bag reached, laptop out, prepped. Moment. Open, secured our screen to Harold. Luckily dated, commits 8 years. Versions, iterations, decisions docked, multiple repos. Designs, emails, memos, notes. Predate Sophia by. Filing glance. Roughly 7 years 10 months. Harold shifted panic to awe. Documented all. Thorough simply. Peered. Full history. Branches, merges, every. Looked respect anew. Kept everything. Scientist, I said. Ox job. Rebecca stared, filing. Hand slight shake. Why? Thought. Thought steal, sell bitter. Or leverage equity. A chance seized. Harold phoned. External counsel. Challenge filing possible charges. Wait, Rebecca hoarse. Charges on Sophia. Fraud, Harold blunt. False patent, stolen IP. Federal, Rebecca. No pursuit, complicit appear. Watch settle. Defended kin, chosen over me repeatedly. Attempted asset heist. Rebecca to me, whisper, want. Forward gaze held. Analytics full own. 45% equity, Harper Health. Voting board seat. Sophia security escorted hour. Resignation signed, pre-leave. Mouth opened, argue. Harold preempted. All leverage hers. Every system, contract, integration, her work. Filing proves Sophia new value. Walk now, not merger fail. Client suits, FDA probes, bankruptcy 90 days. Rebecca desperate scan. Ops avoiding, admins floor fixated, Harold pitying. No rescue. Shoulders sagged. Diminished. Fine quiet. Harold typing. Docs hour, transfer, restructure, board, Sophia separation. Stood blazer smooth. Conference be awaiting. Bag up, door ward. Behind, Rebecca soft. Underestimated you. No turn but smiled. Correct. Good. Years consequences ahead. Door opened. Hallway clusters whispering outage. Saw me, chat ceased. Head high, pumps clicking to conference where docs alter all. Last pre-elevator. Whisper, Emily? Thought barred. Doors shut, descent smooth, numbers down. Ground nearing. New base forged. Conference B glass-walled. Street overlook. Stood viewing bustle. Buses groaning. Folks past vendors. Courier dodging cars bold. Normals unaware above, firm dissected, remade. Device buzzed. Harold text. Docs 40. Rebecca signing. Replied good. Waited. At 11:02 Jordan doorway, puffed. Emily security exec bound. Ophia's suite. Turned. Harold swift. Jordan eyes vindictive gleam. Floor half watching. Perp walk. Shouldn't view. Ready. Viewed anyway. Reached exec open, crowd feigned coffee/print. Through glass, Sophia desk rear, facing guards, Harold. Hair perfect, suit pristine, face rage twisted. Inaudible words, but posture defiant. Chin up, loser denial. Harold calm, binder open, pointing page. Guard veteran since startup days, neutral stance. Sophia volume pierced. Can't. Contract. Harold quieter, but new from prior. Contract morals clause fraud. False patent stolen IP qualifies termination cause. Immediate. Sophia scanned beyond glass. Allies, witnesses. Look mine. Stared across 40 feet 8 years grudge. Motionless moment. Then mouthed 2 words sharp. Perhaps you thief. Or harsher. Clear intent. No reaction. No smile. No scowl. Calm as Rebecca's. Underestimated like her. Guard box gestured. Termination emblem. Hesitated, grabbed frame, mug, binder. Sharp, angry pack, careless break/bend. By 11:12 elevator ward, guards flank, box shield. Crowd parted. No words. No eyes met. Past me paused second. Not over, quiet, me only. Steadily yeses. Guards urged gentle, no back glance. Doors closed. Crowd scattered hasty, whispers, glances. Fragments. Face. Did. Heard patent fraud. Jordan elbow, intense. Necessary, corrected. Nodded. Folks scared. Wonder changes. All I said. Not bad. At 1:30 p.m., laptop chimed firm-wide mail. New office. Exec suite moved hour post sign. Glass viewed workspace reactions. From Rebecca Harper. Subject. Leadership update. Team immediate. Emily Harper elevated Chief Scientific Officer. Board Director. Invaluable contributions. Grateful leadership mission advance. Congratulate Emily deserved. Regards Rebecca. Read thrice parsed omissions. No bar mention, no humiliation apology. No years erasure admit. Corporate gloss. But no need apology. Better. Authority shares decision seat. Inbox flooded. Congrats colleagues, queries leads, meets from prior ignorers. Answered key skipped rest. Jordan knocked eyes wide. Official board. Indeed. Can ask. Planning how long? Considered. Not planning. Protecting. Difference. Still sat opposite. Knew exact when barred. Clause ready. Docs years. Not protection, strategy. Faint smile. Defensive strategy. Laugh. Whatever firm half fears you. But fear spawns respect. That Monday first board meet. Top floor, vistas, oak table extravagant, chairs opulent. Rebecca head usual. But tense shoulders, forced smile, cologne confidence absent. 3 right. Harold adjacent, laptop primed. Others entered. Victoria Lang, Series C lead VC. Thomas Grant, health vet 25 years. Elena Ruiz, so 2 familiar faces. Rebecca open standard, voice lacking verve. Stumbled agenda, notes twice, throat clears. Merger segment, botched forecasts, audit mixes. Thomas frowned. Rebecca, clarify integration schedule. Buyer needs, can smooth tablet up. Turn. Updated assurance docs. Post Sophia fix. Walk timeline, redundancies, audits. Silence save voice. Done Victoria forward. Superb Emily. Detailed precise. Glanced Rebecca me. Why less from you prior meets? Come gaze. Valid query. Rebecca shifted. Thomas neutral eyes.